Archbishop Carlson, members of the Board of Trustees, Father Mason and the seminary administration, faculty and staff, priests, brother deacons, seminarians, family and friends, welcome and thank you for celebrating this special occasion with us. As a sophomore in college at the University of Kansas, I was a part of the Bible study with some of my friends from the Newman Center. At one of our weekly meetings, a seminarian came and spoke with us and shared something with us that night that changed my life. He talked to us that evening about something called the law of the gift. The law of the gift is a truth written on the human heart, he said, something that Pope St. John Paul II was fond of speaking about and sharing with others. This law of the gift finds its foundation in a simple truth, that everything that we have and are has been given to us as a gift from God and from those around us. Our education, our well-being, our very lives come to us first as a gift from the Lord, and then through those who we encounter, our family and our friends. After all, St. Paul asks the Corinthians, "What have you received that you have not been given?" Therefore, if everything has been given to us as a gift from God and from others, Pope St. John Paul II would say, our lives make sense to the degree that we give them back as a gift to God and to those around us. To the level that we give our lives in sacrifice and gift to God and to those we encounter, that's the degree to which our lives have joy and energy and meaning and purpose. When I heard that, I knew two things immediately. The first was that I knew that it was true because I had seen it before. I'd seen it in a variety of places, but most powerfully, I had seen it in my parents, in the way they sacrificed and gave and loved each other, my brother, my sister, and I. And because I had seen it before, I knew I needed my life to look like that, in whatever form it was going to take, a life of sacrifice and of self-gift. I joined the seminary just a couple of months later. The class of 2017's experience here at Kenrick-Glennon has been much the same. Within our first couple of weeks here as theologians, Dr. Welch asked us, "What is a priest?" After a few of us gave it a shot, he said, "Those are good answers, but try this one on. A priest is one who offers sacrifice." I've always remembered that. The priest is the one who first and foremost offers the sacrifice of the Mass, yes. But the priest is also the one who offers himself as a sacrifice back to the Lord and lays down his life for the people of God. Our theme this year at Kenrick has been priest as a man of sacrifice, but in so many ways it could have been the theme of our entire time here. Everything we have done has been to teach us of the need and the joy of priestly self-gift and sacrifice. We learned it in the classroom with Dr. Feingold. We learned it in formation conferences with Dr. Harvath. We learned it in our parish assignments. We learned it in this chapel, of course, maybe primarily during the 8th verse of the morning prayer hymn. We learned it in so many ways around Kenrick-Glennon, but maybe most powerfully, we learned how to look like Jesus Christ on the cross because we saw it. We saw it in the Chronisters and the Finleys and the Hogans, the Wisniewskis, so many of the families and marriages at Kenrick-Glennon that teach us about vocation and love and sacrifice. We learned it because we saw it in Sister Mary Cora and the Carmelite sisters who give of themselves every single day to ensure that our experience here is fruitful and joyful and happy. We saw it in our professors who day after day gave of themselves and sacrificed so that we could have the time to learn and to grow. We learned it, of course, from these priests who taught us that priestly sacrifice and self-gift is a life of joy and of energy and of great love. Makes sense. Their leader, Father Mason, our rector, has to be a man of sacrifice. For a 50-year-old to get out and try to run a 5K with the young guns is a great sacrifice indeed. But in so many ways, the people here at Kenrick-Glennon taught us sacrifice, self-gift, and love is the way to joy, to energy, to life. As I saw in my parents what that meant, what that looked like, so too did the 12 of us see what that looked like from all of you. And for that, we're eternally grateful and we say thank you. As he was being led to Rome to face trial and execution for being a bishop and a Christian, the great Saint Ignatius of Antioch wrote a letter to the Trallians. In that letter, he implored the people, quote, "Pray for me who have need of your love, along with the mercy of God, that I may be worthy of the lot for which I am destined," end quote. 2,000 years later, the class of 2017's request is just the same. We have need of the mercy and love of God, first and foremost, of course. It's our foundation. It's the source of everything we're going to do as priests and as men of sacrifice. But we too need your love and support and your prayers so that we may enter our parishes and be the men that you taught us to be. And so as we leave these walls, we beg you, we implore you, pray for us who have need of your love, that we may be men of gift, of love, men of sacrifice.